Your dreams. Joining us is the author of a new book called Girls of Greatness. She is also Mrs. Illinois. Lisa Dean, thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Tell us about how you came to write this book. It was through personal experience.
Well, actually, that was one of the inspirations, was my work as a freelance journalist as well as my work with the Boys and Girls Club in Joliet. And I was finding that I was coming across girls, some of them that didn't have a vision for the future, many of them that weren't seeing past high school and didn't dream. And then as well, other girls that were lacking in self-esteem or self-worth and knowing where their true value comes from.
And for young girls, peer pressure too is so tough, and you kind of want to fit in as opposed to stand out. But you're saying embrace your differences.
Embrace your differences. Know that you've been given these unique qualities, and they're blessings. They're not burdens. You can look across the room and know there's nobody else like you, and you know what? That is a great thing.
That's really hard to do at that age, though. So you have actual specific exercises for parents to do with their girls to actually achieve that.
Absolutely. Throughout the book, Girls of Greatness, each chapter there are activities and there's challenges. So whether it's the chapter on manners do matter, whether it is the chapter on dreaming, and then tapping into your talents and know if your talents align with your dreams, that's going to be a good indication of being able to obviously succeed at what you want. But then also in the end, there's a chapter called the Give Back Love. And that's the most important because I think it brings the book home. It says, here we've discovered our dreams, we've tapped into our gifts and talents, we're embracing who we are and how we're being created to be. And as well, now take all of that and give back. What are you going to do to make a difference?
Right, when you give, you receive so much more in the process, right? And you have personal experience with this because you have a 10-year-old daughter.
I do.
That you've actually gone through this book with.
Yes.
Tell us about that experience and how it changed her.
Kennedy Ann is 10 years old, and global poverty and AIDS is something that my family has embraced. And last year, I had taken a trip over to Africa for global poverty and AIDS, and I actually had my handheld, camcorder in hand, brought back my own journal diary, shared it with family and friends, and it was my daughter that teared up and she said, "Mommy, I want to do something for the children in Africa." And I said, "You've been given gifts and talents. What do you want to do?" One of her hobbies is making jewelry. We took it, we nurtured it. She went from making sweet little bracelets to Swarovski chandelier earrings.
Wow.
And within a month, she opened up her own business. She launched her own website.
At 10 years old?
At 10 years old. Well, now this was when she was 9. Okay. She launched her own website, and she gives all of her proceeds earmarked towards buying uniforms for children in Africa so they can go to school. And I have to tell you today, my daughter has now sent 150 children to school in Africa.
Oh my goodness, that gives me goosebumps. That is just amazing.
It is amazing, but yet I think, that's the inspiration for others, is that anybody can do that. We all have a greatness inside. It's tapping into that and saying we all have a purpose, we all have a passion, we have a purpose here in this life, and it's to use the gifts and talents and
along
make a difference.
President Obama's message as well,
Absolutely.
Right? Lisa Dean, a great message, a great book. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And for more information, log on to NBCChicago.com and search Girls of Greatness. Alex, back to you.
All right, thank you, ladies. How long will this deep freeze